Hello everyone, and today's topic is carbohydrates, its functions, classifications, type, etc. Carbohydrates are the most abundant biomolecules on Earth. Carbohydrates is a biological molecule consisting of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen atoms, usually with a hydrogen-oxygen atom ratio of 2 is to 1. In words, with the empirical formula CH2O bracket N. Carbohydrates are polyhydroxyaldehyde or ketones or substances that yield such compounds on hydrolysis. Some carbohydrates also contain nitrogen, phosphorus, and sulfur. Then, what is the role of carbohydrates in living organisms? That is, carbohydrates perform numerous roles in living organisms, such as polysaccharide serves for the storage of energy, that is, for example, starch and glycogen, and as a structural components, example, cellulose in plants and chitin in arthropods. The 5 carbon monosaccharide ribose is important component of coenzyme, example ATP, FDA, and NAD, and the backbone of genetic molecules known as RNA. The related deoxyribose is a component of DNA. Saccharides and their derivatives include many other important biomolecules that play a key roles in the immune system, fertilization, preventing pathogenesis, blood clotting, and development. Next, what is the sources of carbohydrates in day-to-day life? Cereals, wheat, rice, potatoes, sugarcane, fruits, bread, and milk. Then, what is the classification of carbohydrates? There are three major size classes of carbohydrates. First is monosaccharide, second oligosaccharide, and third is a polysaccharide. Then we will see first monosaccharide. The simplest of the carbohydrate, the monosaccharide are either aldehyde or ketones with two or more hydroxy group. Monosaccharides are colorless crystalline solid that are freely soluble in water but insoluble in non-polar solvent. Most have a sweet taste. Example of monosaccharides include glucose, that is dextrose, and fructose and galactose. Next is a monosaccharide. The backbone of the common monosaccharides are unbranched carbon chain in which all the carbon atoms are linked by the single bonds. In the open chain form, one of the carbon atoms is double bonded to the oxygen atom to form a carboxylic group. Each of the other carbon atoms are a hydroxy group. If the carbonyl group is at the end of the carbon chain, that is in a aldehyde group, the monosaccharide is an aldose. If the carbonyl group is at any position in a ketose group, the monosaccharide is a ketose. The simplest monosaccharide are the 2,3 carbon triose, glyceraldehyde and aldotriose, and deoxyrylactates and ketotriones. Next type of carbohydrates is a disaccharide. Disaccharides such as maltose, lactose, and sucrose consist of two monosaccharide joined covalently by an O-glycosidic bond, which is formed when a hydroxylic group of one sugar reacts with the anaerobic carbon of the other. Disaccharide can be hydrolyzed to yield their free monosaccharide component by boiling with dilute acid and glycosyl, a bond joined to anaerobic carbon of sugar to the nitrogen atom in glycoprotein and nucleotides. Then next type is oligosaccharide. Oligosaccharides, any carbohydrate of from 3 to 6 unit to of simple sugar. A large number of oligosaccharides have been prepared by partially breaking down more complex carbohydrates. Oligosaccharide can have many functions, including oil recognition and cell binding. Most of few naturally occurring oligosaccharides are found in plants. Raffinose and trisaccharide found in many plants consist of mainly bios, galactose and glucose and fructose. Last part of carbohydrates are the polysaccharides. Most of carbohydrates found in nature occurs as a polysaccharides, polymers of medium to high molecular weight. Polysaccharides, also called glycans, differ from each other in identify of their recurring monosaccharide units in a length of एक मिनट in in a length of their chain, in the types of bond linking the units, and in degree of branching. Further classification into homopolysaccharides and heteropolysaccharides. Homopolysaccharides contain only single monomeric species. Uh, then examples are cellulose and chitin, for example, and serve as structural elements in a plant. Next is heteropolysaccharides contain two or more different kinds of monomeric species. So this is all about the carbohydrates, its functions, and its structure, types, and etc. Thank you.